Work for free? Are you a fucking idiot? Moron. Well, that's one way to handle it when someone asks you to work for free, or can I pay you later when you get results for them? But you can do it better than that. You can deal with the objection with finesse. Keyword of the day, comment below. What's the word? Finesse. It's like Tai Chi. You want to redirect. Don't fight force with force, redirect. Now remember, I used to get this objection quite a bit when I was younger, when I was just starting out in my career, right? When I don't have a track record. Then people would ask me, well, Dan, I would pay you later when I get results, or let's try this out, or can you work for free? Like, what the fuck am I, like a volunteer, right? I'm a business person here. So what do you do when you get that kind of objection? So I'm gonna give you a couple ways to handle this, okay? If you enjoy this video, give me a thumbs up. Remember, if you watch a lot of my other videos, I think you'll love this video as well. So here we go. Number one, it's easier to handle that with some kind of a metaphor and some kind of a question, right? A series of questions, and paint a picture in their mind. So when they say, hey, so can you work for free? You might say something like, hey, Mr. Prospect, let me ask you a question here. Let's say you want to buy a Porsche, and you walk up to a Porsche dealership and you say, you know what, I want to take this Porsche here home, and I'm going to drive it for a month and just see how I like it, right? And then maybe come back and maybe I'll pay you. Now, if you are the car dealership, you're the owner of this car dealership, what are you going to say to a prospect like that? Well, I'm going to say, no, that's not how it works. Oh, no, you're like a stupid idiot. Exactly, right? So that's a very powerful way of using a metaphor to handle it. Another way that I've used a metaphor, this is kind of an interesting one. I would say, hey, Mr. Prospect, let me ask you a question. Have you ever eaten in a restaurant before? Yeah, right? So can you walk up to the restaurant owner and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna have the meal here, and after the meal, I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna pay, I'm gonna go home and see how I do in the bathroom and see how I like it, what kind of bow movement I have. And then when I come back, I'll see if I want to pay. Is that how it works? No, that's not how it works at all, right? Like, so there are different ways you can handle it. In a sarcastic but also firm and respectful way, basically telling them indirectly that you value your time. You're telling your prospect that you value your skills and expertise, right? Now, in the beginning, maybe you do have to do a little bit of work pro bono to get some experience. That's not what I'm talking about. Here, we're talking about closing and asking for money up front, right? We're signing a deal, we're signing an agreement, and we're trying to close a deal right here, right now. Make sense? So those are very simple ways to handle it. Now, part of it is your tonality, your mindset going in. If you go you go on a sales call and you are like begging, please hire me, like I'm desperate for work, I'm needy. Your prospect will sense that. But when you have the posture, when you know your worth, you know what your price is, and you know the value you can provide, you know what you can do, then you can go into the situation. You can jump on that sales call with that much more conviction and confidence. Now, if you want to get a copy of my perfect closing script, I've put together a brand new perfect closing script for my students from all around the world. If you've been following me and if you've been watching a lot of my sales demonstrations and different ways that I'm teaching you, the Clients Say series, and you find that useful, you will love this perfect closing script. So click the link below and make sure you get a copy of that.